Hey guys, and welcome to another video of our brand new era account. Now in the previous episode, we went on a minor quest rampage. We did an awful lot of the easy and short quests to knock up some decent amount of quest points. Not only that, towards the end of the video, we finally unlocked the necromancy skill, so we have the ability to train it if we wanted to going forward as another type of combat style, just to branch out maybe to the mid and high level game when we eventually get it tied up. Now, in terms of this video, we're going to be doing a little bit more of the admin stuff. There are some more quests for us to go and tackle as well, both short to medium, and maybe some other stuff as well. I think there's a couple of quests which are more important to do, and I'm going to set myself a target to do in Dragon Slayer at some point in this episode, just because it's a very big reward in terms of strength and defense, and it kind of would bring our melee stats to pretty much similar levels, and the defense XP is going to be really good as well. But what we can do first is we've got a couple of things we can do for admin. So we did the You Are It quest yesterday, which is why we have these 3 clue scrolls as well as a puzzle casket. Now with this puzzle casket, we'll have to complete this puzzle, but we do get a loot from it as well. So what I'm going to do just to get this started is to go and complete this now. And then after that, we'll get the loot from this casket as well as go into May to go and do our next clue scroll dice. So from doing all those quests yesterday, we did hit the big 50 quest points. Now, maybe in this video we can go and get 75 because I do have quite a few quests which do give some very big sort of quest XP. We still have something like Ernest for Chicken, which is 4 quest points. We have Merlin's Crystal as well. That is 6 quest points, so there's 10 quest points just there. And between the other stuff like Priest in Peril, Sheep Herder, What's Mine is Yours, there's some really easy quests to basically just get us the extra 15 quest points we needed. And it's getting to a point now where we're kind of chipping away so much at these lower level quests that we're starting to get deeper in certain storylines. And this is why I've focused so much on quest content to get it started. It's because the quests unlock more and more the more you go on. There is such a wide range of quests and number of quests as well. When we get delving deeper and deeper in terms of those quests, then we start to unlock some really good rewards. You just kind of need to get ahead of yourself before then as well. So that is really nice. We've bought some limestone bricks and we've also bought 1000 clockwork. So we've pretty much got a 19 mil cash stack. Now, I haven't seen any of the comments because this is before I've released a video saying, look, what do you want me to spend the money on? But it will be there for the next couple of videos, just while we're sort of waiting to decide what we want to do. Again, I'm pretty much open to ideas. I do think we need to go and buy some decent armor. So I'll buy things like a Fury, some hybrid stuff just to work with the different things we want to be using. But then after that, I'm more than happy to start sinking some money into different skills to go and progress quest lines and storylines and also just basically level the account up. And I do think that I'm going to do a couple more little bits on the account. So I do need to go and do the museum, which will give us level 9 Slayer and some Hunter XP as well. I do need to go and do the Dungeoneering tutorial, which will get Dungeoneering started. And I also need to do the Archaeology tutorial as well. And then I'm kind of ready to go on all cylinders then. The only thing kind of waiting for us to level up to be able to unlock it is invention, but that's going to be quite a while away. I think maybe that's what we start spending the money on, is to focus on like the invention skills, because we're going to need 80 crafting, 80 smithing, 80 divination, and I think that could be a really good sort of space to go and spend the money and just prepare ourselves for the future, because invention is going to be a massive skill, and for at least the first couple of levels it will be a little bit of a money sink as well. So that's going to be the plan, really. Again, we're just going to sort of vibe out and just do what we kind of want to do and see what we can do for a good time, really. Again, I'm kind of enjoying these quests. I thought by now I definitely would have burnt out, but the quests have been pretty much alright. There's definitely some stuff here which will progress us quite heavily. I think being able to do Priest in Peril will then unlock something like Nature Spirit, then that will unlock things like the Fairy quests, Cannabis, and there's just plenty of that to do. So what I'm going to do now is go and do this puzzle casket. Then we'll go and open that, then we'll go and visit May, and then we'll jump on with the rest of the stuff today. We need to go and do our beehives as well, obviously, because we need to do that for farming. And then we'll just wrap up and just keep going with some more dailies, and then maybe we'll go and do some quests. But combat is going to be coming very soon. I think once the Dragon Slayer is done, I want to go down the Gnome storyline, so we'll need to go and do the Grand Tree, which will then unlock Monkey Madness. Those are going to be some massive quests for combat, so that should be really good, and it should be some really good content as well, because what I want to do is sort of focus on some mid-ish level bosses to focus on. I know the brand new Flesh boss could be a really good one to go and try out, actually. But the sooner we can get to War, the sooner we can utilize War for its teleports and do things like Reaper tasks and stuff like that. But yeah, let me go and finish this and we'll report back with what the loot is. So managed to open that by accident, but there we go. It seemed like it was a mid-tier casket, which, yeah, whatever. We made 65k, which, you know, is some cash after all. Now, the next thing we're going to go and do is go to May really quickly. So every 25 quest points you can go to May, roll the dice, and by rolling the dice you have a chance at a clue scroll reward. funnily enough, we've decided to do this as the blue elegant skirt, which we got last time has sold. Sold it for about 750k, which is probably like 250k cheaper than what I really should have sold it for. But with the fortunate items, again, the members clue scroll items, there are some which aren't very viable because people will just do the things like the composite bow. So like that's one of those I think which is not bought often enough, which is why I've had to drop the price as well. But if we go to May, open a shop, we now have another clue scroll reward for doing 50 quest points. So the next one we're going to get is going to be at 75. All the unlocks as well, we can get certain things. Now, I'm not sure if these actually contribute stuff or they're just overrides, but yeah, we're not doing too bad at all. Right, so let's roll this and see if we're going to get lucky. So we roll the magical dice. I think this is capped at like tier 2, so it's like going to be easy or mediums. We have got 250k and some black plate legs tea. Now, this could be a risk that this could be a non-members item, and it is, so that's why it's 11.8k. So we don't make anywhere near as much last time because what we've got, yes, it's a clue scroll item, but because it's not members, it doesn't equate to a fortunate component. So it's basically like worthless, but we still made 250k. And again, like the May rewards are just a little bit extra to what you would normally get from quests anyway. We don't really do the quest for the dice. We just look to go and get the quest points anyway. But what we're going to do in terms of today, I need to go and buy some stuff for some quests. So I'm going to go and target these easy ones and get them all ticked off. The Pirate's Treasure, Raksha, I might have to do a little bit later because I need to go and get to Anachronia. Soul Searching, really easy. The Needle Skips, it says it's a short quest, but I have a bad feeling this is a horrific storyline because it's ingrained in me just how brutal this one is. And things like the Duck Quest, Gunner's Ground, Once Upon a Slime, Plague City, all these kind of things should really be ones we just blast through really, really quick. And again, some of these medium ones, Call of the Ancestor, Dwarf Cannon, Ernest, Gertrude's Golem, like these shouldn't really cause us too much problem. We should really sort of tackle a lot of these today. And what I did yesterday where I basically show you guys the end screen, that's kind of a vibe I think I'm going to go for today. I'm just trying to chip away at these a little bit quicker just so like the content I'm producing is just a bit better rather than just like go towards an end of a quest and be like, oh yeah, we've done this. I'm just trying to make it a bit more of a flowy sort of thing. But in the meantime, we are investing, as always, in some more money-making methods. I will probably tomorrow do a little video of some other money-making methods I've been doing. Probably do a video of some other money makers I'd suggest, just in case you guys want to do something different to what I am. But we do have the steel bars. We also have the limestone bricks, which I'll probably chip away at some of those today because I always have like an hour or two downtime every single day. I'll sit and watch a bit of Netflix. Maybe sometimes I edit. Maybe sometimes I do some other stuff. But sometimes I actually just play in front of a TV. And that could be something we could definitely do today. Now, I have had a little bit of a consideration as well. We were talking about like investing cash and spending some money. It's possibly to invest in some fire making as well as some spirit attraction potions. Because what I'm hoping is that with a decent sense of fire making, maybe we can go and get some fire spirits. Those fire spirits will give us a few charms. And we can just go and spend a little bit of cash on those charms to get started with anyway. But I'm going to go and get ready for some quests. I'll report back what the plan is going forward, what we've done, and also some quest rewards as well. So just starting the Plague City quest. This will be quite nice because it means we're going to start to get entry into like the elf sort of level of quest, which is really good. And big shout out to Gritty Orchity who spotted me while doing the quest. Really appreciate all your support. And again, he's one of many who always say like you enjoyed videos. Thank you guys so much for that. It obviously means the world for you guys to say it in game chat as well. But we need to go and help Edmund to get his daughter back. We did just complete Gertrude's cat, which means that we do have a kitten now, which will need to grow up to be able to like Recipe for Disaster and Evil Dave stuff. And we also got level 13 cooking. And then we'll knock this one out. And then I think we're going to go and do some other stuff as well. Like again, like Merlin's Crystal is a really big one. Ernest for Chicken, some really big quest point quests. And just tick some more off, and then eventually we'll go and work our way up to the Dragon Slayer. Now, I haven't been into West Ardie for a little while, but they've seemed to do some really good work here. They've definitely made it a lot more miserable and also look very plague-ridden, which is a real big surprise, actually. I didn't realise they were going to go and do this, but it looks really, really good. Unless they've not done it and I'm just not been here for so long, but it looks decent. So we're going to continue with Plague City now, but I just thought while I was here, while I thought it looked good, I'd just make a little comment about it as well. Because Jagex has been doing some really good work in terms of the graphic stuff and improving the look of the villages and all the cities as well to bring them up to more like modern times. So West Side Dungeon, if it has been done, big tick from me. So here we go. This is Plague City done. A nice one because we have the ability now to teleport to our dungeon. And it's going to open up this quest storyline, which is quite a big one, which will end with some of the high tier elf quests. And there's 52 quest points and also some mining levels from that as well, which is also really nice. 21 mining, which is decent. This will give us access to a big chunk of quests. So the Tears of Guthix, which is a very good quest, very easy quest to do as well. Elemental Workshop 1, The Lost Tribe and Darkness of Halavale. We can now do things like coal, silver ore. We can also do some other stuff as well and upgrade to a steel pickaxe. However, what we're going to go and do now is something slightly different just because I've remembered it's the end of the month. So we're recording on January 31st. And when we talked about D&Ds before, there are some D&Ds which reset at the start of every month. So today is actually the last time to do your monthlies. I have put a little note on my community tab just to try and get you guys to know like it's time to go and do this. So if you are not subscribed, subscribe for the reason because I use my community tab just to tell you guys of a few little things which are definitely worth your time. So what we're going to go and do today is God statues and also the troll invasion. Now, God statues are really nice because they're a really good way to get some passive construction XP every single month. Basically, we need to run around and repair 5 God statues, which we can go and find now. It caught me out a little bit because I forgot they moved it a little while ago when they did the whole refresh of Lumbridge. There's also a sinkhole there, which maybe one day we'll go and look at doing that. But I just need to go and find it. Yes, there it is. So the sculptor is going to be based in 5 different spots. And in this video, we'll go through where the different spots are. We're going to go and then make one of the statues. In certain areas, you'll have the option to make it for Prayer XP and Slayer XP. Slayer XP is normally when you are trying to make a statue in an area which isn't right. The prayer one is the correct option. So for here, we are in a Saradomin area. So we're going to make the Commander Ziliana statue, which is going to give us the Prayer XP. So what we'll do is make sure to cover all these different options, show you guys where all the different locations are because they don't change. It's only changed because of the Lumbridge area as well. And we'll go from there. So really the point of this is to make what we want. So we're going to go for Ziliana here. There is actually 5, but the 5th one is in Profinis and we can't go there because of quest, which is why it's not an option. So we're going to do this and it's going to give us some prayer XP. So basically what the point of this is we've got some scaffolding we need to use. So we need to use 22 scaffold. The highest is going to be 5 and the lowest is going to be 3. And really, it's just trial and error. So what I just do is just make sure I use like 22. And then after that, I'll go through the options of just trying to find like which one's going to be the best one. So once you click that, you can have it ticked off of which ones are correct and which ones are not. So that is correct. This one is not, which means that one of these 3 need to be up 1. So we'll go and see if it's correct. That's fine. So this is incorrect. So what this means is that one's going to be 4 and this one's going to be 5. So once you've clicked that, that is all done. Then the sculptor will then sculpt this. You can click to like get rid of this option so it doesn't show you the cutscene. And then after that, you're going to get a construction XP drop as well as a prayer drop because we've made the correct statue in the correct area. If you make another one for the Slayer XP, you do need to kill something. I've never really done the Slayer XP option, so I don't really know, but I'm sure you have to kill something to get the Slayer XP. And that's pretty much God statues. Really, really easy. We just got 5.3k construction XP for that as well. So once you've done all 4 in terms of the options, it's a nice little chunk of XP we'll get. We'll get like something like 20k construction XP, which is decent. And we've got 1.7k prayer XP for doing that as well. So we're going to go around and cover all of these and basically meet him up at where he needs to be. Now, one is in Canathis, so we do need to go and access the Canathis lodestone. We also need to go to Yanel as well to go and access that one, but we'll go and cover it as well. So the next one is going to be in Tavoli, so it's simply just a little bit north of the summoning obelisk and the summoning shop as well. That one, we're going to make Juna because I think Guthix is near the Herblord place, and yeah, so Guthix is the Tavoli one, so you won't have 2. The 4 statues areas each have a single god linked to them, so Guthix is the Tavoli one, so we'll just do that. So you can see here, all of the spots will have the D&D star next to them as well, the symbol for like a distraction and diversion. As you can see here, just simply north of where you're going to go and do your summoning training, and then you can just right click now and go build because we've done the option to like talk through as well. So we're going to go for Juna because that's going to be prayer XP. It will tell you which XP you're going to get as well, so you know which one to do. And we can also as well click this button to skip the cutscene, but we'll talk through this one again. The highest is going to be 5, the lowest is going to be 2. So what I'm just going to do is just throw a couple on now just so we know where we are. And then it's just trial and error really. You just kind of go through all the options. He'll tick some and he'll tell you that some are wrong. So we know this one is wrong. So we'll need to bring this one down. If we go there, that one's correct. And then all you literally do now is just turn them around. So what this will be, that will be that, and that will be that. And if that's wrong, then we'll drop that down to 2. And then this one will be 5. And then that should hopefully... I don't know why it's not. There we go. That is correct. Again, it's just like moving stuff around and just seeing which one works better. So Because we've skipped a cutscene now, it'll be a lot more of a quicker process. It will just finish straight away. And yeah, that is pretty much God statues. Afterwards, you can pray for statue to go and get some XP. It also redoes your prayer points as well, so they're quite handy actually to have some altars around. Now, I need to go and unlock Canopus and also need to go and unlock the Annual Lodestone. The Annual Lodestone is actually quite an easy one because we can just go and buy a Ring of Dueling and then just teleport from there. And then Canopus, we're actually going to have to go and kill the Ghoul to get in, but we shouldn't really have much issues with that. So what I'm going to do is just go and cover those now, and then I'll come back to the locations just so you guys know where they are, and then we'll finish God statues, do troll invasion, and then I'm probably going to wrap the video up there because I think we've done quite a lot so far anyway, but we'll see where we go. Okay, so we've just ran across from Castle Wars, and that's why we bought the Ring of Dueling. Even though the Ring of Dueling is very handy for certain teleports, we're going to activate the Annual Lodestone because that will just be another one we have access to, and it just means we can teleport here a little bit quicker because eventually there will be some quite handy quests we do down here. To have that available is pretty nice. As you can see here, the sculptor is just a little bit southeast. Again, look for the distraction and diversion symbol as well. And we can just right click, build scaffold, and we're going to do the same process we've done before. We're going to do Grador because we are in like a Bandos area apparently. But yeah, we'll wrap that up. I'm going to go to Canopus afterwards to complete it, but I'll just show you where it is. It's actually really near the lodestone, so we'll just show you when that's done. But to do Canopus without actually doing Priest in Peril, all you literally need to do is to go through the area. I'll show you where it is. Kill a Ghoul. Again, I think it's something like level 25 combat, so it's not too bad. And then after that, you can access the Canopus area. So to get to Canopus, you just go through the mausoleum, you run past the guard, and basically you're just going to go to the other side here and then just simply just kill a Ghoul. Again, really not too big, and it's quite nice that they've done this because before you could only access Canopus if you've done the Priest in Peril. Again, for whatever reason, some people with their account builds and stuff like that don't want to gain the combat or the prayer XP from it. So to have Canopus and Mauritania open without having to do the quest is actually quite a nice thing. So here's the Ghoul you need to kill. It's level 33. There's not a lot of HP to it, and you'll clean it up quite quick. You just pass through the Holy Barrier, and that's it. You can now access Mauritania, which is pretty decent. We're going to go and do the lodestone, one, because the sculptor is quite near the lodestone, and I do think this is one of the best looking areas in the game, actually. Like, the church and the temple there is very, very well done after we did the graphical update. But yeah, we're going to go do the lodestone, just means we can get to Canopus a lot easier, but also the sculptor is very close to the lodestone. You can just see it in the corner here. So Canopus and the Mauritania vampire storyline is a very, very big sort of storyline. Kind of overshadowed by some of the other quests, but definitely like towards the later parts of the quest, some very, very good rewards. The River of Blood, very good rewards. We've also spotted a little penguin there, which we'll go and get for some penguin points because we'll spend that on agility at some point because, again, agility is going to be our biggest pain in my opinion. So we've just unlocked the Canopus lodestone, and as you can see really quickly, southeast is where the distraction and diversion spot is, so we'll go and build that. This will be the last scaffold we're going to build, and then we're pretty much sorted. This one will be for Krill, and then we're going to go and do the troll invasion, where basically you just need to go and kill a couple of waves of trolls, and you'll get a very big book for it as well. So this is a really easy one for whatever reason. This is like just 3 and 2, so basically we are done because it could only be that, and we'll get our XP. So we've got a couple of levels as well from doing this. So we've got another 5.9k construction. We've got some more prayer. So we're going to wrap it up at level 54 construction, which is give us some more options to do. We can do the botanist workbench eventually in Fort Renfrew, and also 44 prayer, which is really nice as well. But yeah, definitely a monthly which is worth doing. So where I'm going to go to next is Birth Up. Now, Troll Invasion, if you ever get things like a monthly reset token, this is the one to use it on because Troll Invasion is by far the best monthly in my opinion. There are a couple which are very good. God Statues is very good. Also, the Oyster is very good. Really good XP as well, actually, like the Oyster. So there's a few very good ones. But in my opinion, the kind of XP you're going to get from the Troll Invasion is going to be one way you're not really going to come anywhere near it. So I'm just going to drop all these quest rewards because you never really want your bank to start overflowing with quest junk. And gear up. I'm going to take some food as well because, again, we are going to be doing some combat. We will be getting some damage. We'll probably get a level or 2 as well, which is always a bonus. I'm going to put that on. We're going to take an air battle staff, and that really should be it. I should really go and get like a potion boosting potion, like a magic potion or something like that, just gives a bit more damage, but I think we'll be okay with this. So I'm going to go and do this. Now, if you don't know where Troll Invasion is, simply go to Birth Up. It's this little man here, Captain Jute. So you want to click to start fighting. You do have 2 options. One is to do 20 waves and one is to do 8. Now, because we're so low level, the 20 wave is going to be the best way for it, just so we don't get swamped by more and more trolls, but we'll definitely join and we'll give it a go. Now, you need to do it first before you have the option to do the harder waves, but pretty much all this is just like attack the trolls. And I think it's relevant to your combat level as well. So like, we're only going to get, like, by the look of it, level 11 trolls, which works for me. It just means that we're going to have a bit of an easier time. The 20 wave one is a little bit long, so I'll just basically excuse like and skip to the end. But this is literally all it is. You have wave and waves of troll coming to kill you. If you have prayer, that's going to be really handy. You have a supply table here as well in the northeast corner. That will sort of revitalize your prayer, your HP, and all that sort of stuff as well if you are struggling for it. But as you can see, with us being such a low level, it's actually not too bad. Don't go too far down into this corner because they will have thrower trolls which will do quite a lot of damage to you. Sometimes you get trolls like this called poorly cooked caravan, and they just don't attack. They're very like floaty, and sometimes they'll drag you up to there. So just keep an eye on it. Also as well, you'll have trolls called dynamite, which are going to go after the supply table. Make sure to clear that. And yeah, that's pretty much troll invasion. So I'll meet you guys afterwards just so I can show you guys the rewarding stuff, but a very worthwhile monthly to do. So here we go. The final one to finish this is going to be Cliff, level 16. Again, it's really nice. I think they've amended it so it sort of suits your combat. Whereas before, I was a bit worried if we'd have enough food. I only used like one emergency food because we had a wave with a couple of trolls. But really easy and pretty decent. We've got 32 mage from that as well. Definitely want to be making sure to do every month. Because again, you can put this book on any skill you want. And it's going to be a pretty decent lamp for it. So it could be a little bit wasteful at the minute to use this on agility. But the fact it runs out today, I just think I may as well use it as well. So we've received a reward book there. We made it to wave 20, which is really nice. Again, looking at my stats, the things which are going to be higher in level, it's going to be construction, which I'm going to use it to make profits anyway. Farming, once player owned farms really kicks in, it's not going to be that much of an issue. Divination could be a shout, but I think especially for a lot of quests, agility is going to be one which is going to help me more because it's going to unlock more things. And to be fair, divination to a point is quite AFK, whereas agility you need to pay attention. So that is going to give me 3.1k agility XP, which you might think is a little bit wasteful, but that's just giving me like 8 levels, which it's pretty massive to be fair, and level 25 is what we need for access to the Grand Tree. But as you can see, Deaths of Dorskan, we also have the Mountain Daughter as well. Loads of other things we can do in terms of shortcuts as well. And I'm pretty much hoping that we'll get, you know, like a daily challenge to get that to level 25. Once Feb is reset, we have access and the ability to go and do some more of that. And what I'd probably want to do is wait till I'm a little bit higher in terms of an agility level before going to do that again. Because the higher your level is, the more XP you're going to get. So that's not too bad anyway. It's definitely helped us out and it's nice to have got that done as well. So we've ticked off some important monthlies in terms of doing the god statues and also the agility. Because we've done some quests as well, we've made some progress in terms of what I'm going to do for the rest of the day really. It's probably going to be some money making or some very sort of tame quests as well. Like, because we've got a couple of levels as well, the quest list just keeps getting better. So we have access to Elemental Workshop now, which is going to be 5,000 crafting and smithing, which is actually a really good reward for the level we are. We have access to Biohazard now as well. So we'll get to that at some point. That's going to be 3 quest points. That's actually pretty big. We've also had some making history. We've got Lost Tribe. We're starting to get into the point of some decent quests. This is the Goblin quest as well. Going to give us access to the Dorshan crossbow and the Dorshan area, which move on to more things. Haunted Mines appeared as well. Recipe for Disasters here as well, which is a really big quest to have already unlocked for that. So again, maybe we start chipping at Recipe for Disaster. I'm sure like with Recipe for Disaster, there's loads of other stuff because it's such a big quest. This will be one single episode. We'll make like Recipe for Disaster a whole little thing to delve into. But I think it'd be really good. Recipe for Disaster as well. I actually need 175 quest points to finish it. So that's more of an encouragement to go and do quests. But as you can see, the more we level, the more we start to unlock. And I'm busy for a little bit, to be fair. So tonight, I'm going to do a little bit more clockwork. We're going to do a little bit more on the Stonewall segments. Keeping that GP rolling is going to be more beneficial to us in the long run. I'm actually going to go and do my beehives now because I need to keep on top of that. At some point, I'm going to invest a fair bit of GP into player-owned farms. When I've got access to things like chinchompers, because that's when the XP really starts to get decent. And then we'll break it off like a little mini-series where we start to focus on the player-owned farm, just to explain it in enough depth for you guys. Because I know the video which I did last year went really well. So I wanted to sort of like continue on to that because I started one video and I didn't really follow it through, which In hindsight, I really regret it, actually. I think it could have been a really cool series just to have an account focused on player-owned farms. But what I'm going to do when I play like level 50 is start it at level 50 as a base, because I know that everyone can go do beehives for a couple of days and have access to 50 farming. It's just going to make farming so much better. But really, with player-owned farms, the kind of same principles work for no matter what animal you get. You basically want to make sure it's fed, check its sort of cycle for when you can go and collect the resources, and then just keep turning it over and exchanging for beans as well. But what I'm going to do is pretty much finish the video for today. I want to say thank you guys so much for your support. I'm popping into people during they're telling me that they're loving the series and it's really helping them out, and that's all I really wanted to do from this series. And the support you guys have done for me has just been incredible. So thank you guys so much for that. Really hope you're still enjoying it though. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make it a little bit better or improve the series from here. Always looking to make changes, whether it's in editing or thumbnails or whatever, just to make sure you guys are getting the most value from these videos as possible, because that's what I do it for. So really hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if anything you want me to change. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.